Hello everyone, it's Geisha. Welcome back. Thank you for being here today, and also a big thank you to my subscribers. I had planned on doing a giveaway when I reached 250 subscribers, and to my surprise, I have reached it sooner than I had thought I would. So I will still be doing a giveaway, but the journal I'm making for it isn't quite finished yet. I have the pages ready. The pockets are sewn, but I have not made a cover for it yet, and also I'd like to make some more journaling cards for it. And today I'm going to show you one type of card I like to make. And so here are the ones that I've made so far. And I've made more, but not all of them turn out the way I wanted them. And as you see, it has like book pages with tracing paper on it, and certain tracing paper is clearer than other tracing paper, and that won't work as well unless you apply 2 layers of tracing paper, and well, we don't really want to do more work than we have to. So well, let's get started on what we need first. First we need some sort of a base, and this is thin chipboard. You could use a card, an existing card. You get flyers in the mail. This is quite sturdy, so this will work. Or maybe you have bought something recently and it comes with like this cardstock on the back, which will work also. Then I'm going to cut this to about 3.5 by 5. And also it depends on the image I have. This image, for instance, is 4 by 4.5, so I would cut my base that size. Next thing you need to have is book pages, and preferably old ones where the print has receded. Here are 2 book pages, but if you look carefully, this one is clearer than that one. So I call this black and this gray. I prefer gray. Now, if you only have like this, what you can do is add white paint or gesso to the page before you cut it to size and before you glue it to your base. Now, I've bought a book recently and it is still new, so it is wider. I don't really like that, so I coffee dyed it. And I always use baking soda to neutralize the acid in the coffee. So you need some book pages. The next thing is tracing paper. And this tracing paper from the dollar store works best as it is not too clear, but clear enough to have a hint of text showing. I have tried tissue paper, like the wrapping tissue paper. Too much see-through, I would have to add at least 2 layers to it. I've used all sorts of different tissue paper, and this is by far the best one where you still can see the script of the book page, but also it's subdued it enough for when I write on it, you can still see the writing. Okay. And last, we want a pretty back. So this is from a hummingbird book, this is from a quilt book, quilt magazine, and this was from a printable I had. So those are some of the options. Now what I do with a picture like this, I would either cut out a corner or maybe the center to use this. This is a traveling magazine. This is nice, the flowers is nice, I can cut that out. And here I have like a garden book. You can cut the flowers out. So options are everywhere. Now I also have this image from a National Geographic, and they always have this on it. So I punched out a different image with my 1.5 inch punch, and I will put this over here and then cut it to size and then use it. This way I still can use this image. Okay, and we also need a scissor, glue, a cutter, a metal ruler if you're gonna use a cutter, and a 1/4 inch thick ruler if you're gonna use your rotary cutter. And I'm gonna use my rotary cutter. First, we're gonna cut the base. You want to have your image cut first because you can then put your image on the base and see how big this is going to be. And so I will be cut this the size of this image. But the first step is not attaching the image to the base. We are going to attach the base to a book page. Now I'm looking for my glue book. Here it is. I'm just using a glue stick. It's the one I have on hand. You want a good layer of glue. And I always use my brayer to really make sure it is secured. Okay, I will cut a little on the outside, not exact. This way we don't get glue on places we don't want. And now I'm going to add the tissue paper. The paper comes with a shiny side and a rougher side, and I will have the shiny side down. Now this is purple glue, but it will dry clear. I'll now let this dry because I will trim it now, and I don't like to trim through wet glue. Alright, I went ahead and trimmed it, and I forgot to mention, as you can see here, I've got all these little things on the corner here, that the other thing you would need is either some stamps or real stamps or some cutouts, and in a few instances I have used a dried leaf here that I've glued on here with gel medium, and I also applied glue on top. Okay, we'll get to that later. Now we're going to use our image. Here's the image. I'm going to glue this on here. I see we need to trim, but that's okay. I apply glue to the smallest part, so my image is just a little smaller than my base, so I will apply glue to my image. I actually might get into trouble because this is thin material and it might curl on me and make it harder for me to put this on the cardstock base. If you don't press real hard right away, you can still move it about a bit. Alright, looks pretty good. Now I need to do a little bit more trimming. Yes, I didn't wait, and I will have glue on my scissors. When you find this curls out too much, you can actually place this in a book with some heavy books on top. That will help that when it's dry, it's nice and flat. Okay, so now I'm going to look for something to put in a corner. I think I'm taking the easy way out, and I'm going to add some stamps here. I'm using Stays On. And as always, let the paper grab the ink, so you don't have to press too hard, just hard enough that it touches the paper, and then the paper can grab the ink from the stamp. Oh, doesn't that look cute? I still want some color in here, so I might actually add a little something. So I think I'm going to put another leaf over here. Maybe not. I like more color. Yep, I'm going to put the circle over here. This is wallpaper, so it needs a different kind of glue. So I'm going to use Aleene's tacky glue for that. I don't know. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is add lines. And I have this ruler that has like, I don't know if you can see it, 1/8 of an inch increments on it. And I'm going to place this about here. So this will be my first line. And I am lining this up here on the bottom with 1/4 and 1/8. And grabbing a pen, making sure the pen works. See, and you want to make sure that your glue is really dry on this side. And I'm moving my ruler 1/4 of an inch down every time. I like to put lines here, although I'm sure I would never write there, but it just looks nicer, I think. Alright, so that was it. And yeah, these are the cards I made so far. Well, I made more. I'll show you a few ones that didn't work. So here I used color tissue paper. That didn't work, it's too light. This one is good. Here I used pattern tissue paper from Clothing Patterns, and because it is colored, it doesn't show very well, even if you write on it. This one was from a tissue, way too thin. This is a good one. This is a good one. Here I tried using something to go under my tissue paper. I thought that would be really neat. As in here too, I stamped on my book page and then I applied the tissue paper. It came out too vague, and here too you can't see really the petal of the flower I did. Also, I would have had, for more success, I have another one here, where I applied glue again on the leaf or on the petal, and then I applied the tissue paper or the tracing paper on it. So that's another thing. Here you can see right through the tissue paper, so that's not a good one. And so yeah, I've used quite a bit of different ones to make sure to see how it works. And of course colored ones don't really look, unless maybe you do 2 or 3 layers. And I have made one. Let me find this. See, this one is still in an early stage, it's not completely finished, but here I've used a painted or gessoed page. Yeah, so that would work as well. So I will do a giveaway, and I think in the next video, that will be about 2 weeks ahead, I hope to finish the journal, so watch out for that one. And yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you all have a good week, and stay safe, take care, and see you in the next one. Bye.